I am Demetrica Michi Jeffries. I am a breast cancer thriver and survivor. I am here today to continue with my unstoppable journey. You may wonder, what is unstoppable exactly? Well, this video will tell it all. What I want people to know about the day that I found out is that it was the beginning of my journey as a woman of faith, and it actually pushed me to a level that I never knew, that I've never experienced, of strength and courage and hope. That particular day was a very scary moment, I must admit, when the doctor said, you have cancer, you have breast cancer. I cried a lot, and then I brought it back to center and to focus and said, God, I still trust you. And I've been moving beyond that ever since. So after, going through breast cancer, and what really gave me that spark, that burst of energy, was the day I got my pathology report back, which was February 12th, 2014. And my nurse case manager, she told me, she said, I have some good news for you. I said, you do? She said they got all the cancer out. All your margin biopsies came back negative, and you have no need to take chemo or radiation treatment or hormone therapy. Proceed and conquer with your reconstructive surgery. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. I really didn't. But that gave me a new spark, and it motivated me to want to do more for others that would be after me. It was incredible, the journey that picked up after breast cancer, after getting that initial prognosis of the pathology findings. I just wanted to do something for others. I wanted to be a light for others. And I wanted people to teach me along the way of how I can be there for them, because everybody's journey is different. The bond is always special when you're a part of a group of people that are set apart with something that stands out. So there's so many different things that bond us with just the word cancer, and then the word breast cancer, and then you're able to say, okay, well, what type of breast cancer did you have? What stage is it? What type of treatment did you have to go through? What type of surgery did you get? Who was your doctor? Who was your plastic surgeon? So we can all relate on those levels. To escape death is no small feat. And for a lot of us, not just women, but men as well, who are diagnosed with breast cancer, for some people, that's death knocking at the door for some people. And I realized that this was a life-threatening event. But my perspective allowed me to turn it around and say, this is not going to be death. This is going to be the beginning of the rest of my life, and a new life. And so at that moment, during the Pretty in Pink Champagne Women's Luncheon, I was surrounded by women who had the same perspective, that this is life, this is a new life, this is a new beginning, this is a fun time, this is being in this moment of laughing, of loving, of living. So just soak it all up and be a part of it. And then take that spirit and just share with everybody else that's in your crowd, that's in your zone, that's in your circle. So at that moment, we were in a zone. At that moment, we were in a circle of people who have probably never been touched by women afflicted with breast cancer, by women who have overcome breast cancer, but still live in the shadows, because every day they meet someone, every day they're empowering someone, every day they're supporting someone that's affected by breast cancer. But we are that blossom of hope. We are living in the future beyond breast cancer. So it's so many things. It was that energy, that life, that positivity there. And you just feed off of it. And at the foundation of it is love. It's just nothing but love for these women that I've never seen before in my life. And we're connected to this day from that moment just because of that. I can tell you it was like night and day the way certain people looked at me or treated me once they found out that I had cancer, or was at the time probable cancer. For example, my husband, who was Superman, by the way, on every level, I remember telling him when I first found out that it was probable cancer, meaning that there were calcifications that was found in both breasts after a recent diagnostic mammogram. So I had to call my husband and tell him about that. And the day after I told him about that, the conversation just started off differently. Instead of saying, how are you doing? What are you doing today? What's on your agenda? The conversation started off, how do you feel? I feel fine. You're not sick or anything. You're not tired. I said, I feel the same way I felt yesterday. I feel the same way I felt before I found out that there are calcifications that might be probable cancer. Nothing has changed. Fast forward, when I did find out for sure that it was breast cancer, and I shared it with my family, certain family members said I was sick. One of my very dearest family members, my mother-in-law to be exact, I love her to death, love her so much. And I know she meant well, but it was just a play on words and people don't realize it. And she would say, well, Michi, you're sick. And I would immediately correct her and say, I'm not sick. And she was adamant about it. She said, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. I have a condition. And that's being worked on, but I'm not sick. So you have to be in a position to where now you have to start correcting people, because I refuse to let people speak things on me like being sick, or how do you feel, or are you sad, are you sick, are you ill? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm good. And what I tell people, and my mantra was, I need warriors, not worriers. There's a difference between the two. I need somebody that's going to be in my corner, that's going to have their dukes up when my dukes are down. You understand? I don't need somebody to pity me. I don't need somebody to walk around saying, oh my God, Michi, oh, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to keep living. And I'm going to take it to the top. The Mrs. Upper Marlboro title came just with me being curious and asking questions and not really knowing that I really was going to do this to begin with. But I started asking questions about the eligibility requirements and what it took for me to become Mrs. Upper Marlboro 2017, which ultimately I'm going to be competing for the title of Mrs. Maryland America 2017. And this part of my journey speaks to a scripture that was imparted to my spirit when I first started my breast cancer journey. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. And I had that scripture to lean on. So every day that I get up, cancer-free by the way, every day that I get up, that scripture speaks to me. Because this right here, this moment right now, this is an opportunity. This is part of my future. This is me living the hope. This is me living in the plans of prosperity. So it was, I was still in the Air Force, stationed at Osan Air Base, Republic of Korea. And this was March 2013. And I walked into the gym and I saw this huge poster board that was advertising a bodybuilding competition. And I thought, well, okay, I've never done that before. As you can probably tell, I'm very inquisitive, very curious. So I'm always looking for the next challenge, the next adventure, the next thing to explore. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll look into bodybuilding. And I did. And after a while, because of the job and the nature of the ops tempo of where I was working at the time, I put that on hold. And when I put that on hold, later on that year, I discovered the lump in my left breast. So then that kicked off with the breast cancer journey going into full throttle. My last surgery was February 2015. It wasn't until I actually retired from the Air Force after 26 years, August 2015, I decided I'm not working, I'm just relaxing, enjoying life, commemorating my service with this time off, taking a breather. And I thought, maybe I will re-engage the thought of doing a bodybuilding competition. So I did. And I started training in March of 2016. Had my first bodybuilding competition August 20th, 2016. Followed up with another bodybuilding competition September 10th, 2016. And the bodybuilding competition was basically just to say, this is where I am now. I remember where I was with breast cancer, but here's where I am, and it's not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going. There is nothing that I cannot do. You know, I have this mantra that I carry with me throughout my life, and it's something that I've coined after my breast cancer. I shouldn't say after the breast cancer journey, because it's still a continuum. You know, I'm still, as long as I embrace others that are going through their journey, wherever they are in their journey, it's encompassing. It's still a part of me, and it's not going to leave. It's not going to go away. But while I'm going through this journey of helping others along their journey, for me, I'm on a party train. And this party train is all about life. It's about that next challenge. It's about that next adventure. It's just simply about what's next. And there are people that are on that train, and there are actually some people, sadly enough, who have to get off the train, because I am about people pouring into me and pouring in positive words, words of encouragement, wisdom, power, that unction to keep me going. If you decide that my life is too much for you, if I'm too much in the living, if I'm too much about the party, then you can get off. This train is not for you. Everybody's not meant to ride.